All right, welcome to Ultimates Issue 3. So just to recap what happened the last two issues. Issue 1 was Hank Pym and Janet Van Dyne joining, and then the Ultimates launching Ultimates 2.0 after their 1.0 mission failed, which was to send a bunch of origin boxes back in time to just get the populace to join back. Issue 2, Captain America kind of learned about the history of the world, as did we, and they fought Midas and saved America Chavez. And now we launch into issue 3, which has She-Hulk in the cover. So let's go ahead, hop in. Pacific Proving Grounds, the birth of the Hulk. Iconic Bruce Banner explodes in a gamma bomb, but the difference between this and Nevada is that it destroys this island and gives them a bunch of radiation. We see the effects fall onto the village. So what I think is interesting is that this is not our generic She-Hulk from 616. It's a new person. We'll get into who that is later as we meet them. And Bruce Banner is a member of the Illuminati. He's gray, just like he was in the original 616 universe. In the original Ultimate universe. And that dude is insane in there. Cannibal going nuts. I would say he's not a hero. He's a villain. He's like anti-hero villain. Teams up with the Maker after a while because the government's tricking him. Yeah, it's nuts. But I will say we do see a lot more of the Hulk in these Ultimate runs. He is kind of one of the major big bads, being part of the Illuminati, obviously. But as we see Jamie Britton earlier, later we see more of Bruce. So let's go into this confidential document. I'll leave it on the screen for you to read, but I'm going to read it fast. Following the detonation of the Banner Ulam gamma bomb, final yield of 22.8 megatons in blank on blank, the nearly inhabited island of blank was bathed in 80 million tons of radioactive fallout, composed primarily of pulverized coral, water, gamma particles, fell from the atmosphere as fine snow powder. 459 men and women were exposed. The entire island was contaminated, making the most gamma-concentrated area on Earth. Though a smaller and less direct dose than the one experienced by Dr. Banner, longer-term exposure was already resulted in dramatic changes to both flora and fauna. A bunch of random plants, I'm not going to say all those names, observed the mass of 300% above normal range. Impact of the vegetation appears even greater with the entirety of new species observed every day. Attached, you'll find detailed notes, photos, and measurements of mutations found, but put it simply, everything's getting bigger and more aggressive. So much so that men have started calling it Monster Island. Very important right there. The effect on the human population has been unpredictable. In particular, some subjects showed immediate signs of gamma sickness. Especially true of the children, many of whom have innocently rubbed radioactive dust in their skin. One day after exposure, ragged burns rose up from their bodies, described as angry reflections of the island. These subjects exhibited vomiting, increased stool production, hair loss, writhing, begging, shrieking, disorientation, aggressive, and anxiety. Within 14 days, half of the human subjects were dead. Cause of death was to be found from gamma poisoning. Minor psychological and behavior changes were observed in some of the surviving cohorts. Others appeared unaffected. Psychological changes included skin color, texture, unevenly distributed increases of mass. Subject number 054, adolescent female with suction cups covering approx 20% of her body, was sacrificed, moribund, and her organs cataloged, preserved in formaldehyde for further study. Tens of the females were pregnant at the time of exposures. The babies were born prematurely, resembling piles of grapes or jellyfish. Oh, that's terrible. We observed translucent skin, beating hearts, no bones. Specimens were cataloged and preserved in formaldehyde for more study. 3 weeks after observation, we felt confident the products will be of great scientific value, both to the world and to Director Banner. There's no place to study gamma's effect on life in general and human life specifically. While it's true that these people do not live as we do, as civilized people do, it is also true that they are more like us than mice or fruit flies. I apologize if I butchered any of that, but I definitely did. But we go to now, where Thor, Sif, and Iron Man show up to Monster Island. This must be it. Gamma readings are off the charts. I feel it on my skin. But while they show up, a giant monster shows up. Amazing. That thing violates the square cube law and half a dozen others. It shouldn't exist. Well, don't worry, Iron Lad. We have much experience with giant serpents and things that should not exist. Boom. Dead. Good job, guys. I was expecting more of a fight. Well, you killed it. You didn't have to kill it. But we do see a very important dynamic of Sif and Thor. Sif is hovering over Thor. Stop, Sif. I'm in the bloom of health. Well, I'm not hovering, but she is actually hovering in both figuratively and literally. She's hovering off the ground. What I'm trying to say is that Sif kind of has feelings for Thor, and we haven't really observed that before. Kind of just, this is my prisoner, I'll take care of him. And now that she joined the team, connecting more with Thor, prayed over him earlier in the last issue. Yeah, they're kind of growing together. Well, I'll save the observations for the island. This place is unbelievable. Decades of gamma exposure have produced flora and fauna here like nothing else. Look at the size of this crab. Did you know that the crab body schema has evolved independently on at least 5 separate occasions? God loves crabs. And then Sif destroys it. But Iron Man goes on, quit doing that. Everything here is one of a kind. Every death is a potential extinction event. Well, dear Iron Lad, you misunderstand the nature of this island. It is more than merely wild. It is mad, poisoned, placed at war with itself. Don't you feel it? Well, the reason that we're here is that he wiped these islands off every map, sunk a reef of radioactive battleships to make it impossible to reach this place. He was born here, which is Director Banner. Because Sif asks who? Well, the strongest that one there is, and I think he's hiding something. Which gets us into another confidential document. This is my final report. There's no longer any we. I'm the only one left alive. If anybody reading these is anybody here, why haven't you sent someone? Why haven't you come? As previously reported, most of the men died defending the research camp. The rest of us are forced to flee into the forest. I'm writing this report huddled beneath broad green leaves, something new and nameless, hiding from a giant carnivorous crab's malevolent colony of fire ants with a collective intelligence far in excess of any man. We came here to learn the effects of gamma on biological life. Here are my findings. If you sent the entire Union Army to pacify this place, it wouldn't be enough. Insects as big as B-2 bombers, more deadly, there are lizards as tall as skyscrapers, high energy gamma rays for breath. There are things that eat those lizards for lunch. This is not an island, it is a mouth, one that will swallow the world. But as I write this, it occurs to me that we are part of the experiment all along. Everything that has happened here has been part of Director Banner's plan. We are subjects to him. We will never be anything more than subjects. I understand how wrong we were to come here, to do any of this. Would it do any good now to apologize? To say that I changed? I don't think so, but I have changed. I am changing. 3 weeks without my radiation suit, eating and drinking and breathing the island, I feel something strange growing inside of me. Will I shed skin to become something sleek and new, or will I become something worse than before? I am afraid. Man, I'm probably butchering all these, but they're long sentences, man. Oh, gosh. Everything here is completely saturated in gamma. I've never seen anything like this. But while they're observing, something comes up, punches Iron Man, does a thunderclap to Sif. Who is that? What the fuck? This one's strong. Is that who you're looking for? I don't know. Decide quickly. So this thing fights back, gets hit by Mjolnir, throws it back hits Thor in the face, which I don't even know how it does that. Sif attacks. It punches Sif in the face. It barely notices. Sorry, Iron Lad, I think there's another extinction, but somebody stops them. Who is that? Oh! She-Hulk. I'm Lijori Joanna Zakari. I probably ruined that. Protector of this atoll and everything on it. You are intruders. Stop now or accept consequences. But she comes up. Tony says we only want to talk. So she picks up the monster, shakes it, and it transforms back into a baby. They said they selected us for good weather, large lagoons, and for many islands for support facilities. I was a girl when they came. Little men in white coats surrounded by big men in green with guns. They offered us money, promised us houses, medicine, and protection of the world's governments. They swore that once all their bombs had been dropped, on all their experiments had been done, and all their wars had been won, they'd clean up after themselves and everything would be as it says. Trust us, he said. Banner, the so-called doctor. We did not believe them and refused. They dropped their bombs anyways and left us to live in the fallout. And Tony says, whoa, there's more of you guys? An Incredible Hulk army? Well, there is more. Come see us. This is your Hulk army. Oh my God. I mean, I thought the Avengers were a bunch of D-listers. Look at these guys. I mean, I wouldn't want to be anywhere near them. That lady's got eyes on her shoulder. That dude, this is Tara. She feels everything. The gentle breeze is agony for her. Life is pain. You'd want to put a gun in her hand. Holding it would be torture. Oh my God, man. But you met Abram. He's the youngest, still a baby. But when he gets upset, he ripped his own mother apart in a tantrum. He's innocent, but how will he understand what he did? What will he do when he's old enough to understand? We are the lucky ones. We are the ones who survive. All of us are sick and changed forever. Even the sand is sick here. We're afraid to have children of what they will become. In the summer, a family needs 100 coconuts a day for drinking water, but the coconuts are contaminated. The water burns your throat, so what are we supposed to drink? Tell me, what are we supposed to drink? But Tony shows up. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be insensitive, but you show a level of self-control that Banner only achieved with years of guidance from the greatest psychologic spirits and mystics in the world. You're smart and strong like he is. Yes, well, most of the radiation kills or weakens. A few, it makes us stronger. And there's no sense of reason to any of it. No justice. Well, that's what we're fighting for. I know who you guys are. Yeah, you're the Ultimates. We have a TV here. You don't think we know how to learn English? Well, we need you in the war. I think our people have suffered enough. Well, this war is everyone's war.
This is a war, boy. You better saddle up.
But Tony goes on, what if we helped you? We could, I don't know, move you guys somewhere? No, we will not leave, ever. This is our land, our ancestral land. We would rather die here than live somewhere else. It's one of the few awful contradictions of this place. The land that kills us and that we die to defend. But anyways, Banner would never allow it. And Tony poses the question, how can you just do nothing? After everything he's done to you, it doesn't make you angry? Well, have you ever seen anyone die of gamma poisoning, Iron Lad? It's a slow, painful death full of confusion, rage, and change. We've seen it hundreds of times. I've watched foul mouths with crooked yellow teeth grow on my mother's body. Saw my father sprout feathers and attempt to escape into the sky. Every day, they were brand new people, and though we never left their sides, not even for a moment, not even once, still they died completely alone, unimaginable to even themselves. Angry? We were born into the wounded belly of the world. We can't imagine my anger. What has been done to us is an abomination. But that doesn't mean I won't allow you to use our anger. We've been through enough. If you want my strength, you want my rage, you have to pay for it. The only way for me to help you is you gotta fix our island, make it like it was before the bombs. If you do this, I'll show you my strength. I don't even think that's possible, man. Do you know how much that's gonna cost? We have to do that under Banner's nose. Well, that's my price, man. You gotta fix that island. You did say from the beginning you want to fix the world. Okay, shake hands. They are not fixing this island. Let's be real. This is terrible. I assume that the only way to fix it is to go back in time after the maker and just rewrite it, but there's no fixing this island. Are you serious? But who is watching? Oh my goodness, it's the Immortal Hulk! Assemble the immortal weapons. These Ultimates are starting to make me angry. So this is a mixture of Smart Hulk and just Monster Hulk. He is fully in control of his abilities. This is Director Banner and the Hulk working together. He's got a mind's eye little thing, and he's Buddhist because he's got that Buddha statue in the back. We will see more of him later. He is, in my opinion, the scariest. He is nuts. But yeah, that's Ultimates. Next, we're not doing issue 4. We already did it. I might just put that right here into the back. But we will go over Ultimates 5 next. So yeah, thank you. Peace out.